Ever notice how sometimes you do your best work when you don't seem to care about the outcome? Or that you can produce surprisingly good results despite not having slaved away until your brain or body literally gave out, exhausted from endless preparation and planning? If you were like me, you have plenty of evidence that it is possible to overprepare, overwork, and overthink, yet many of us continue to do so anyway, because the notion of doing our best and working hard is so deeply ingrained into who we are. This is perhaps especially true of entrepreneurs, but I suppose that a lot of us don't have truly enlightening realizations until we've gone too far, made mistakes, and hurt ourselves or other people, care less about consequences and more about requirements. Sometimes it really is better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. I'd rather be a successful mercenary who was willing to break some rules than a failed idealist who was too afraid to take risk. Separately, this also means that sometimes the greatest leverage you have in a relationship is simply caring less about the outcome. Care less about perfection and more about completion. Instead of thinking about everything that you could or want to do, consider doing only what is good in a to launch, to produce, to begin. The quicker you get something out there, the more you can accomplish and the faster you can learn. Accept the fact that you'll make mistakes and embrace those future missteps as the best learning experiences of your life. Care less about what could go right and more about what could go wrong. Obviously, don't be a pessimist, but do consider the major risks of your enterprises, strategies, and actions, and plan for the possibility that those tragedies will strike. Care less about what is next and more about what is now. I love the concept of Zen and meditation and mindfulness. I know next to nothing about them. But to me, those concepts mean to ignore the distractions once on our productively paranoid path. Care less about details all of the time and more about big picture some of the time. Continuously prioritize the major accomplishments you seek to produce, so that when you're engrossed in the details of a project, you also have an end point in mind. Thinking big picture also works in relationships when you are not arguing about or conflicting on insignificant comments, events, and differences. Caring less does not mean being careless. It means caring more about fewer things, prioritizing what is important and eliminating what is not, recognizing what is good enough and what is too much, concentrating your efforts, skills, and attention, learning when to think, when to do it, when to rest. Caring less, for me, is the root of lean thinking, for it results in less undue stress, waste, and error, and more learning, increased productivity, and greater impact. So I hope you learned something in today's video. If you like it, make sure to support the Z by clicking subscribe button and turning on the notifications. We will produce more content for you to keep you on track of your journey to be the best version of yourself.